What you're about to hear could end up being the defining tactical decision of Manchester United. Entire season, everything you thought you understood about the way this team attacks is about to change, because Michael Carrick is preparing to give Matheus Cunha full responsibility on the left wing, and the consequences of that move could be enormous. Before we go any further, this is the moment to pause and take action. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications. What we're covering today is surface level gossip. This is about a genuine tactical shift at Old Trafford, an injury setback that has forced Carrick into a major decision, and a predicted lineup that could ultimately decide whether Manchester United secure a top 4 finish. Every United supporter needs to understand what is happening before Sunday's kickoff. This conversation matters because Patrick Dorgu, the 21-year-old breakout performer who stunned Arsenal with that incredible strike, is sidelined for the next 10 weeks after suffering a hamstring tear. 10 weeks is a massive blow for any team, especially when a player is hitting form at exactly the right moment. But here, where things take a fascinating turn, Carrick isn't scrambling. He isn't abandoning his ideas. Instead, he's preparing to reposition the £71 million Brazilian forward in a role that could solve multiple problems at once. After watching Cunha curl home the dramatic winner at the Emirates, there's a growing belief that this change could be the tactical move that turns Manchester United from hopeful contenders into legitimate Champions League qualifiers. In this video, we're breaking down how Carrick plans to deal with Dorgu absence, why Cunha is the obvious replacement, what the front line is likely to look like against Fulham, and whether the momentum built from victories over Manchester City and Arsenal can realistically continue. Stick with this until the end, because we are covering injury updates, tactical choices, and the full predicted starting 11 that could make it 3 wins from 3 under Carrick's leadership. Michael Carrick's return to Old Trafford has already produced moments that feel historic. Not the kind that get written into textbooks decades later, but the kind you recognize instantly as something special while it is happening. 2 matches. 2 victories. Manchester City beaten 2-0 at home. Arsenal defeated 3-0 at the Emirates. Carrick became the first manager since 2010 to beat teams sitting first and second in the table in consecutive top-flight matches. 16 years of attempts by different managers had failed before this. Carrick walked back into Carrington and immediately changed the tone. The reaction from former players and pundits has been telling. Gary Neville described the turnaround as remarkable. Roy Keane, who rarely hands out praise without hesitation, acknowledged that genuine momentum is building. Even supporters who were deeply skeptical after Ruben Amorim's departure are beginning to feel that something meaningful is taking shape. This isn't only about the results, as impressive as they are. It is about how Manchester United are playing again. It is about identity returning. Carrick has simplified things. There's no overcomplication, no unnecessary tactical layers. United are set up in a familiar 4-2-3-1 shape that emphasizes pace, direct attacking, and freedom in the final third. Players are encouraged to express themselves rather than play within rigid constraints. The result has been a team that looks comfortable, confident, and dangerous. Most importantly, it is producing wins. The league table reflects that transformation. Manchester United now sit 4th in the Premier League. 4th. That position looked almost unimaginable just weeks ago when Carrick took charge with the team languishing in 7th. Yes, Arsenal remain 12 points clear at the top, but United have belief, rhythm, and a manager who understands the club at a fundamental level. The victory over Manchester City set the tone. United were dominant from the opening minutes, with Harry Maguire hitting the crossbar early and the team controlling the game throughout. Goals from Bryan Mbeumo and Patrick Dorgu sealed a performance that never looked shaky. It sent a clear message to the rest of the league. Then came the trip to the Emirates. Arsenal arrived unbeaten in 12 matches, sitting comfortably at the top and expecting to dictate proceedings. United initially found themselves under pressure, conceding an own goal and struggling to gain control in the opening half hour. But Carrick's side stayed composed. Bryan Mbeumo equalized with a calm, precise finish that underlined why United invested heavily in him. Dorgu then stepped forward with a thunderous strike from distance that silenced the stadium. Even when Arsenal pulled level late on, United refused to settle for a draw. Matheus Cunha came off the bench and produced a moment of pure quality, curling a stunning winner into the corner in the closing minutes. The celebrations were intense, but football rarely allows time to enjoy success. That Arsenal win came at a cost. Late in the match, Patrick Dorgu went down. At first, there was hope it was nothing more than fatigue. The scans quickly erased that optimism, a hamstring tear, a 10-week absence, a serious blow at the worst possible moment. Dorgu had been outstanding under Carrick, Signed originally as a defender, he found new life higher up the pitch once Carrick switched systems. Playing as a left winger, he provided direct running, pace, and end product. 2 goals in 2 games and a run of performances that suggested he was becoming central to Carrick. As attacking setup, losing him could have forced a complete rethink. Instead, Carrick already has a solution. Matheus Cunha is set to step into that role. This was always a possibility, but now it's becoming a necessity. Cunha is naturally suited to playing off the left, cutting inside onto his stronger foot and threatening goal from distance. While he had previously been used centrally, Carrick clearly sees his value wider. The Arsenal match offered a glimpse of what that could look like. His winning goal once, just technically impressive, it showed confidence, awareness, and the ability to change a game in a single moment. Cunha brings creativity, intelligence, and work rate. He finds space instinctively and contributes defensively when required. Carrick values that balance, especially against teams that transition quickly. Cunha himself has spoken about enjoying freedom on the pitch, and that's exactly what Carrick's system provides. Some have suggested shifting Ahmad to the left, given his left-footed preference. But Ahmad is flourishing on the right. His chemistry with teammates, his chance creation, and his balance in the attack make him difficult to move. Carrick appears committed to maintaining stability where it exists. Ahmad stays right. Cunha takes the left. Through the middle, Bryan Mbeumo continues as the central striker. Since returning from international duty, his form has been exceptional. His movement, pace, and finishing have been decisive in both recent victories. He opened the scoring against City and punished Arsenal with a composed finish at the Emirates. Praise from former players and analysts has followed, and rightly so. He remains the focal point of the attack. Behind the front three, Bruno Fernandes is thriving in the number 10 role. Free from excessive defensive responsibility, he is dictating play and linking attacks with precision. His assist for Dorgu, his goal against Arsenal, was perfectly weighted, and his understanding with Cunha continues to grow. When Bruno plays with confidence and freedom, United look dangerous. The midfield base consists of Casemiro and Kobbie Mainoo. Casemiro, previously written off by some, has looked revitalized. With reduced ground to cover, he's able to read the game effectively and protect the defense. His performances against City and Arsenal were controlled and disciplined. Mainoo continues to develop, showing composure and consistency. His passing has been reliable, and while there more to come from him offensively, his partnership with Casemiro is providing balance. Defensively, Carrick has kept things straightforward. Diogo Dalot remains at right back after solid displays, while Harry Maguire and Lisandro Martinez continue as the central pairing. Maguire has enjoyed a resurgence, using his experience to organize the defense effectively. Martinez adds aggression and anticipation, stepping out confidently to disrupt opposition attacks. Luke Shaw operates on the left, tasked with balancing defensive discipline and forward support. In goal, Andre Onana remains steady, building understanding with his back line. While not spectacular, his presence has been reassuring during this run of form. That brings us to the predicted lineup: Onana in goal, Dalot at right back, Maguire and Martinez in central defense, Shaw at left back, Casemiro and Mainoo holding, Bruno Fernandes as the attacking midfielder, Ahmad on the right, Bryan Mbeumo centrally, Matheus Cunha on the left. Fulham arrive at Old Trafford in good form and with confidence, but they face a United side that believes again. Carrick has emphasized humility and focus, aware that this type of match presents a different challenge. United will be expected to dominate possession and break down a disciplined opponent. This is where creativity becomes vital. Cunha as ability to unlock defenses, Bruno as vision, and Mbeumo as movement will be tested. The absence of Dorgu is significant, but it also presents an opportunity for Cunha to establish himself as a regular starter. United are fourth. Champions League qualification is within reach. After the instability earlier in the season, the shift has been dramatic. Whether Carrick should take the role permanently remains a topic of debate, but for now, the focus is on results and performance. For the moment, this is a team playing with confidence and clarity. The match against Fulham is another test of whether this momentum is real. 3 wins from 3 would further strengthen belief and change how opponents view United. That is why this moment matters, this tactical decision, this lineup, this opportunity. The season is still being written, and right now Manchester United are moving in the right direction.